Good morning. I hope you guys had a great weekend. It is Monday morning here and it is a little bit overcast today. So I thought it would be a great day to just get caught up on some plant chores around the house. So I just wanted to take you along as I tend to some of my plants. We may also do a few repots depending on what needs to be done. But yeah, it's just going to be a pretty laid back video. Before we get started, let me just give you a quick little tour of my plant cart and you can take a look at some of the tools I use while I care for my plants. Let's go ahead and get started. So here is my plant cart. I'm just going to go ahead and show you everything that I keep on it. So let's go ahead and get started. So at the top, I like to keep my plant clips and stuff like that. So I have little plastic storage containers. This has my strawberry pins in it. So I keep that up here. I also keep a little plastic tote with twine and masking tape. So I like having all these little different types of Velcros and twine in here for lacing up my plants. I also have my little plant trellises that you may have saw me unbox in one of my latest videos, but I keep these on here as well. And I keep a little storage tote. I think I got these from Dollar Tree, but they have 3 compartments, so they're perfect for holding little plant clips. I keep my clear clips over here in one compartment, and then I keep my other bigger clips on the other side. Perfect for storing my plant clips. I also have another container with plant clips. These are little clips that I got from Amazon. I like to use these clips for hanging up my pothos so it trails up my wall with clips. So that is what these look like, and I'll link those in the description for you guys, but I keep a lot of those over here. On my second shelf, we have just a mix of different supplements and fertilizers and different types of things that I use to care for my plants. So I like to use this Castile soap. This is the Dr. Bronner's brand, and it is peppermint. And I like to use this in a little spray bottle, and I mix it with water. And I like to use this to clean my leaves. And the peppermint oil is also great for helping to prevent pests. So love that stuff. I also keep some neem oil on here and my CalMag, Foliage Pro, and my different types of fertilizers I like to use. One of my favorite slow release fertilizers is this Osmocote. I also have my Grow Queen fertilizer. This is a good all-in-one all-purpose plant food. I also have my Grow Queen all-in-one succulent and cactus plant food. So this is great for your cactus and succulents. And then I also keep little spray bottles, like this one just has rubbing alcohol in it, and one is just full of water for misting. And then I have ones that I mix with my Castile soap, so I like having a lot of these mini spray bottles on hand. I have this Take Root rooting hormone that I keep on the second shelf as well. I also have some 2-inch pots up here. I usually keep these nearby for when I want to prop up something. I like using these 2-inch pots that I got from Amazon. These are my absolute favorite. I will link these in the description for you guys. But here on the bottom, I just have a bunch of other little things here and there. I like to keep disposable gloves on my cart. Since I have really sensitive skin, if I am cutting up plants or propagating them or touching alocasia corms, I love to wear disposable gloves. So I get these from Walmart. I also have a light meter. This little light meter helps me determine how much light my plants are getting. So this is a super easy tool that I like to use to make sure that my plants are getting the correct amount of light. So I will link this in the description for you guys. I also like to keep little cups on my cart. These are 3-ounce, 100-count plastic cups, but these are great for propping up Hoyas and just smaller plants. I love using these cups to do that. And I also keep these mini cups with lids. I get these from Walmart, but they're just tiny little cups. I'm not sure how many ounces they are, but they're just tiny little plastic cups with a lid. I like these smaller cups. They're really great for smaller plants. So I love having these on hand. So that is a look at what I keep on my plant cart. If you're interested in anything that I have on my cart, I will go ahead and put all the links for all the products I have in the description for you guys. Go ahead and get started with the plant chores we need to get done today. All right, guys, I'm going to do a quick repot on this plant. I was just finishing my plant chores up and doing my watering, and I noticed this one had outgrown the little acrylic stake it was trellised on. So it's reaching up like this and get ready to put out a new leaf. So I thought I would go ahead and repot that, and I just would film it with you guys real quick. So I already took it out of the pot. And then I went ahead and grabbed my 6-inch clear nursery pot. These are some of my favorite pots that you can get on Amazon. They're very thick. You see when I squeeze it. So they're not flimsy. They're nice and sturdy. I also use these for a lot of my anthuriums, but they also come with a saucer, which I love. So it's a very nice set. You get a whole bunch in the set too. So I will link that for you guys in the description if you are interested. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So for today, I'm going to be using my chunky soil mix. I will put the one I'm using in the description. I'm also going to be wearing some gloves today. I have been getting so many rashes from messing with my plants and not remembering to put on my gloves. So I'm definitely doing that today. Just gonna fill up the bottom here. This might be just a little too big, but it was in this size pot, so I don't even know what this one is. This might be a 3-inch, but it was really small. So it is getting quite upsized today, but I want to be able to include this cocoa core pole. So I do need a little extra room for that. So that is why I'm using a little bit bigger of a nursery pot. Normally, I don't like to jump up too much in size, but I'm pretty sure it will be okay with this size. But yeah, guys, it has just been a busy week of getting caught up with my plant chores. I am behind on a lot of repots and I have a lot of props to do up for my shop. So I have a lot of Hoyas that I need to prop up, and then I am about to have a whole bunch of alocasias. I had a sport variegated alocasia put out a bunch of corms about a month ago, so I had to go ahead and get those corms started. So a little bit later in the video, I'll try to show you guys all the props that I have propped up and also let you know how I'm growing my corms. I have found the best way to grow my corms, so I just want to go ahead and share that with you guys. So just stay tuned for that, and I'll be sure to put that in this video as well. But yeah, other than that, I have been working on getting a lot of content created for my Patreon. I have a free houseplant starter guide for anyone that joins. And you also will get a discount to my shop and a free gift with your first order. So if you aren't already a member over there, be sure to check out my Patreon. I do have 2 tiers. So I have a $3 tier and then I think a $5 tier, and each tier will have different benefits. So yeah, if you want to check that out, I will go ahead and link my Patreon in the description. I would love to be able to connect with you guys a little better and also share a little bit of my behind the scenes content and stuff that I don't put on my YouTube. So yeah, I'd love to have you guys over there. So be sure to check that out. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my Grow Queen all-in-one, all-purpose organic plant food. I have been using this for a couple months now and I absolutely love it. I was gifted this product, but I did reach out to them and let them know that I love their product and I wanted to share it with my YouTube viewers. So they did give me a discount code for you guys, but I'll go ahead and put that below and then I'll link it in the description. This is just a really great plant food and my plants absolutely love it. It comes in a little packet like this. The directions say to use a whole packet, but I never use the whole packet just because I'm just sprinkling it into some of my smaller plants. So I just like to sprinkle some into the soil just to give extra boost of nutrients. And then once I sprinkle that on, I top it off with just a little more soil. Like that. This is such a big pot. Oh my gosh, you guys. Hopefully this does okay. I didn't realize how big it was until I got it all potted up in here. And look, I even think it's already pretty much outgrown this one, so I'm going to have to stack another pole on the top. I guess I should have looked at that better before I grabbed this cocoa core pole. I think these are only like 12-inch ones, but it will do for now. Should be okay for now. But yeah, guys, these are stackable, so I will grab another one of those. I just don't have it with me right now. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and set this guy off to the side. I'm going to clean up my mat really quick, and then I will pop back on and give this a water. All right, guys, I went ahead and cleaned off my mat. I need to find a better place to repot my videos. I'm always sitting over here on the floor, and not only is it uncomfortable on my back, but I just don't know if the angle is good for you guys. But yeah, I need to get like a little table or something. A lot of spaces in my house just don't get very good light, so I like to try to find an area that has pretty good light, and over here in front of my plant cabinets just seems to be a good area for that. There she is. Absolutely gorgeous plant. Love this one. So I'm going to go ahead and get back to my plant chores and see if there's anything else we need to repot today. All right, and now I'm going to go ahead and touch up one of my moss poles that is getting a little low by adding some extra moss to it. This is my Monstera Lechleriana elbow. So this one's been growing really good. It has been rooting into the moss. You can see some of these aerial roots here. I'm just going to kind of guide it and push it against the pole a little better and grab some Velcro real quick. And then I'm probably going to remove this leaf right here, and then we will give it a water. Right, let me go ahead and stick this Velcro behind here. I've been really looking forward to this one upsizing. So I'm hoping it continues to grow well for me. I've been getting a lot of new leaves too. So let me go ahead and get rid of this guy. Get rid of that dead leaf. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I've been using a little spray of Castile soap, and I just mix it with water. I think it's peppermint, Dr. Bronner's peppermint, but I like to mix that up and just spray all my leaves down with it as I water and tend to my plants. I just think this helps shine up the leaves and clean them off a little bit, while also preventing some pests. I've been so busy this summer that a lot of my plant care has been it's just been taking the back seat to my life, and a lot of my plants are not doing good, guys. Just between you and me, my plants are not doing the best. I even found a mealybug on a plant that I just bought last week. So I bought this alocasia from a nursery, and I brought it home, and it had mealybugs, and I didn't know because the plant was the leaves on the plant were like really curly. It's kind of a weird alocasia. I'll try to put a picture of it off to the side here, but I'm not even sure what type of alocasia it is. But yeah, I brought this plant home, and I had it isolated, thankfully, but I brought it home, and after a week, I went to check on it the other day, and it had mealybugs all over it, and they were hiding in the curly parts of the leaves, and it was a disaster. Like, it was such a disaster. Oh my gosh, like nothing is worse than finding pests on your plants. So other than that, I have found like just random like bugs and spiders on everything over in my plant area, just because the windows get open, and opening and closing the back door. Cabinets are right next, if you could see over there, I have like a sliding glass door. So during the day, everybody goes in and out, and I think it just lets bugs in sometimes. So I found like just random bugs on stuff and spiders, and it's just been kind of stressful. But let me go ahead and give this a water. think I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some of that plant food on this one too. But yeah, guys, it's just going to be a lot of work. My daughter goes back to school this week, so I'm hoping that things get back to schedule and I can get a little bit better at tending to my plants. I feel like in the winter and the cooler months, I'm inside more and there's not as much to do. So I'm definitely tending to my plants a little more. So yeah, guys, let's hope that I get back in a good routine with my plants. But this one is good to go. Let me go ahead and finish up some more chores and I will pop back on here if I find anything else that needs to be repotted or something that I think would be interesting to show you guys. So I will be back on here soon. So I wanted to show you my cute little Hoya props that I propped up this week. I propped up a Hoya polynera and this Callista phylla. And I like to use a mixture of perlite and stratum to prop up my Hoyas. And then I just pin them down with a little strawberry pin. I'm super excited for these to root and they should be available in my shop once they are fully rooted. So super excited about these guys. And next I wanted to show you how I've been growing my alocasia corms. So I found this little plastic container with a lid and I found it at Target. I think it was $3. But I found this little container and it has dividers on it so you can divide your corms if you want to. I divided my corms by 3 different types. So there's 3 different types of corms in here from 3 separate plants. But look how well they are rooting in here, guys. I have them rooting in, I think this is a mixture of stratum and perlite, but I think they really love the extra humidity and I just have this sitting in my cabinet so it's like right under the grow light. But these guys have rooted really fast for me. I didn't even peel the corms, and normally I peel the corms to get them to go a little faster, but yeah, I had to go ahead and order a bunch of nursery pots because they're getting ready to put out leaves, so I'm going to have to get these guys moved. I did go ahead and pot up probably about 5 or 6 over the weekend, but yeah, if you want a really nice way to propagate your corms, this is definitely the method I recommend. I was just letting them sit out in perlite and not putting them in a container, and they weren't rooting nearly as fast. So super excited. I'm going to go ahead and give you a look at all the props that I have recently propped up. So I have on this top shelf in my IKEA Redsta, I have a whole bunch of props that I have started. A lot of these are listed in my plant shop, which I will put in the description if you're interested in purchasing any of these plants. But I have so many Hoya that I've propped up. So yeah, I have a Callista phylla, a polynera, Lechleriana, Hoya albobella, a little Matilde started, and this really pretty verticulata splash, I think is what it's called, but I love that one. I also have Alocasia aslanii, some Philodendron mellow, and some El Choco red. I also have this beautiful pink spot begonia that's in my shop right now. I just think this begonia is so pretty, and the leaves come in this really pretty red color, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. I also have this really pretty Scindapsus pea sun. I just think it is so gorgeous. Look at the color on here, guys. I love the Scindapsus, and it's been growing really fast for me. I also have a begonia Fanny Moser up there and an Alocasia Maharani, I believe. But look at this one, guys. Oh my gosh, it's huge. I might be keeping this one for myself. I just really love the way this one's looking. But yeah, that is a look of all the props I have going right now. I also have my little containers with my corm started. This is my most recent one back here. But yeah, lots of plants propagating at the moment. So excited to see these grow. But yeah, guys, I think that wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed this kind of chill and laid back video where we just did some plant chores together. So yeah, guys, I will talk to you soon.